Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the fourth grade concept of comparing fractions. This is Standard 4.3D in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 22 of the 2024 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we need to find some comparisons. We've got four fractions here of these tablecloths, but take a look. The fractions all have different denominators. We've got green and purple both have 12. So what we need here is we need to find common denominators. That's one way to do it. There's another way to do it. I'll show you afterwards. But let's just take a look at our denominators, right? We've got 17 halves. So we're going to need to look at that half. 126 twelfths, 60 sixths, 90 twelfths. So the biggest thing is to get each of these denominators to be the same thing, right? So I'm going to list out my 2s, my 6s, and my 12s. And I'm just going to go here, 2, 4, 6. All right, I got a 6 on both, but it's too small for 12, so let me keep going here. 8, 10, 12. Take a look at that. I can change my 2 into a 12. I can change my 6 into a 12, and then my 12 is already a 12. So I don't really need to change it, right? So how do we change these fractions? Well, we can set up each of these. We can say 17 halves times something is going to equal a new denominator of twelfths, right? So then we got to think, well, 2 times what makes 12? 2 times 6 makes 12. So if that's going to be a 6, that's going to be a 6. Because really, 6 halves is just 1. You're just multiplying it by 1. Anytime you multiply a number by 1, it stays the same. We just happen to make it look different. Now, 17 times 6 is going to be a big one. So that's going to be 42. All right, so that's 102. So 102 twelfths. It's already twelfths, but if you want, we could do it. And you'll see that 12 times 1, right, nothing changes. So 60 over 6 times something is going to make something over 12. 6 times what makes 12? That's 2. All right, so that's a little bit easier, 120. And then that 90 twelfths is fine. All right, so if I wanted to rewrite these, this red is going to be 102 over 12. The green is already 126 over 12. The black is changing to 120. And then the purple is already 90. All right, once we have that, we can do some comparisons because we have the same denominators. And so let's see, the width of the purple, so purple is 90 over 12, is less than the width of the red. Red is 102 over 12. Well, that actually looks good. The width of the black, 120 over 12, is less than the width of the purple, 90. No, that's not correct. It's greater than. The width of the red is equal. No, red is 102. And the black is 120. So that is incorrect, right? And then we've got the width of the green is equal. That's 126. Purple, 90. No, so both of those don't work. So A looks good. Now let me show you a different way we could have done this, right? What we could have done is we could have changed these to mixed numbers by dividing up. 2 goes into 17 8 times, and that's 1 left over, so 8.5. Green, how many times does 12 go into 126? Well, 1, 10, so that's going to be 10 and 6 twelfths. Put your remainder on top. 6 goes into 60 10 times, right? So I've got 8.5. I've got 10 and 6 twelfths. I've got 10, and then purple would just be 12 into 90. And that goes, let's see, 7 times. That's going to be 84. Remainder goes on top, 7 and 6 twelfths. If you look at these as mixed numbers, you can also compare 8 to 10. These would be the only tricky ones, but either way, your answer is going to be A.